Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Thoughtful Thursday. I wanted to come on this morning as I typically come on every morning at 6:15, just to encourage, inspire, and hope that I bring you a word to help you move towards the life that you really want. I spent the majority of my life, when I was younger, pursuing the dreams that everyone else had set before me. But one of the things that I've learned over those years, looking back, that I understand now is I was so emotionally unhealthy that for years God couldn't even bless me with the dreams that He had placed in my heart because I was so broken. And so it is my heart's desire to help every woman possible to heal from that level of brokenness. Listen, a lot of times we look so good, we look so healthy. I love the way women, good morning, it's been a minute. I love the way as women we get up every day and we are so intentional about our appearance. Many of us we do I don't always, particularly not at 6:15 before I do the lives, but many of us get up early mornings to put on a full face of makeup, our lashes, our hair, and we do a lot to make sure that we look great on the outside when we're so broken and hurt on the inside. And we don't put in the time or the effort to fix that internal thing. And I guess because no one can see it, that we have this belief that to the world we look fine. My hair looks good, my makeup is amazing. Not me, I'm talking about the other women who do this. So therefore I'm fine and they think I'm fine. But here's the thing, oftentimes your hurt, your wounds, they show up in your conversation, they show up in your behavior and your attitude. They show up in areas where you have low self esteem, where you're not feeling good about yourself, where you can't really connect with other people, where you struggle to really build the type of relationships that you really want, not the ones that are, you know, uh, those surface level relationships. Like to me, if you're still at the level where your only relationship can be built on talking about other people, destroying other people, where you align with the idea that there's something wrong with them, but you never go to that place of your hurt, your pain, what's going on with you. You don't have anyone that you can be what I call completely intimate with. And see, we think of intimacy today, that word has been misused to make us think intimacy is about having sex. It is not. Intimacy is about um, into me you see. You see me. That knowing that if no one else understands me, if no one else gets me, this person does. And that is so important. Like our soul yearns for that. We need to be seen. One of the things that I've learned and observed working with my clients is because I am so clear about the six basic emotional needs. So I'm always making sure my clients they learn that it's not a one-time tool. It becomes the core of who we are when we work together. So much so that a year, 2 years later, when I have some clients come back and say, "Hey, can I get a couple of sessions?" The first question they know they're going to get asked is, "What do you need?" Because here's the thing you got to understand that every choice, every decision, every move you make is you are trying to fulfill one of these emotional needs. Here's the crazy thing about it is that the way our life is, our world is, it is not even something that we teach. It is not even something that we give language to. You don't go to school and learn about your emotional needs. You go to school and you learn, I think it's called Maslow's needs, shelter, water, food. We learn about our physical needs. And I think at the highest, they do, it mentions emotional needs, but they don't really go into the heart of it and begin to teach you what they are. And so you're running around. Can you imagine being hungry and not knowing where the store is to get you something to eat? You have all the resources, you have the money, you have the car, you have everything you need to acquire food, but you don't know where the store is to get it. That is what it's like when you're moving through life, not understanding your emotional needs. I'm going to share them with you this morning at a high concept, but you have to really dig in to learn what they are and when they're speaking to you, because you need all six, and they will shift and change from day to day, and different situations require different needs. But you need to know what's drawing you in the moment so you can make better decisions. It helps you communicate differently. First and foremost, you're going to communicate differently with yourself. And then secondly, you're going to be able to have the words and the language to communicate with others. So your first emotional need, and they're not in any particular order, but everyone, we all have the need to feel significant. Every single one of us want to feel important. And one example of that is just, have you ever entered into a place where you're going to meet some people, meet friends, and you get there, a big room, maybe it's a party or a gathering you've been invited to, and you walk in the room and you don't know anyone. But the moment you see your friend, there's an excitement that happens. There's something that happens in your heart where there's like a relief where you're like, yes, because we all have that need to feel, be seen, to be known, to be significant, to be important to someone. It's a need. It's not just a want. It's not you being selfish. You was designed to have that. Another need that we all need is the need to feel safe, emotionally safe, physically safe. But most of us will know to find shelter when we don't feel physically safe. Sometimes in our need for that safety, we're looking for the language to convey to the person that I don't feel safe with you. Or some of us will know we don't feel safe with a person, but because we live in a society where everybody lives on pins and needle and edge, and you can't say something to somebody without people ready to be pop off, because no one wants to take responsibility for their own feelings, their own thoughts, their own emotions, that the moment you go to a person and says, I don't feel safe with you. What do you mean you don't feel safe? I did this. And we go into defense mode. We have to learn how to listen without defending so we can get understanding. The Word of God says, in all you're getting, get understanding. I find it extremely difficult to get understanding when I'm dealing with a person that when you ask them questions, they get offended over the littlest thing, or everything takes them to a higher level. Because here's the thing, understanding only comes through questioning. I'm not questioning you, I'm asking questions to understand better. But if you can't create a safe environment, you're trying to be in relationships with people, you're trying to find that deepest part of love, but you can't create a safe enough environment where the person can question the things they don't understand about you, the relationship, the situation, then how is the relationship going to grow? The other need that we have is, just as we need certainty, that safety is certainty, right? We need variety. We need uncertainty. We need curiosity. We need, it literally, it's a need. We need variety. So the strange thing is when you get into a relationship and you understand that even any relationship, one of the biggest examples of how the needs can clash happened for me and Bryson. Because when we would travel, I knew Bryson has a high need for certainty. He needs to feel emotionally safe all the time. I have a high need for variety. So can you imagine being in a foreign country where you need certainty and you're with a person who needs variety? Certainty is not high on my list of needs. So here I am taking this child to caves and getting on boats. And he is paranoid. He is scared the whole time because his high need for safety is like, Mom, did you research this? Do you know these people? Why are we giving these people that money? Are you sure they're going to take us to a safe place? And I'm like, Bryce, chill out. This is what they do. This is their job. When I saw that in him and recognized, oh my God, this is his need for certainty. And I'm being the adult, not connecting to him, connecting to what I desire. I want to show you the world. I want to show you these things. My need for variety was killing him in a way. It was destroying his self-esteem, his self-worth, until I recognized it. And when we began to talk about it, I said, here's how this works moving forward. This is the country we're going to visit. You have the right, and here's where we're going to stay. Research as much as you need to research, and you decide where we're going to go. Or I'll say, these are the places I want to go to. I need you to do all the research that you have to do to feel better about it. When we begin to move like that, we move with ease because Bryson needed certainty. And certainty for him came with the most information he can have about a thing. Before he enter it, he can enter it well. For me is, oh, that looks fun. Let's do it. I don't need any information about it. But when you understand that in relationship, imagine that what that looks like in marriage. Imagine what that looks like in friendship. When you understand each other's needs or just knowing your own, you can communicate that, then you can begin to ask other people, is this okay with you? How does this make you feel? Are you comfortable in this environment? It changes the game. Another need we have is the need for love and connection. And interesting enough, you can have love and not connection. You can have connection without love. And you got to understand that. And I always hear that when I'm coaching a person, a woman, particularly, most of the time my clients are women. But when she says, I know he loves me, but he doesn't hear me. I know at that moment she feels love because love for her may represent something else, but the connection isn't there. And so we have to help her get the language to communicate to her partner what connection looks like. But she has to first be able to communicate that for herself because all we know is what we don't feel, but we don't always know how to communicate it. The other two is the need to contribute and the need to grow. So for those needs are about relationship outside of yourself. The need to grow, that's an internal, that's a spiritual. The need, you meet that person who is always going on retreats, always going to the conferences. Church is very important to them. What book are you reading? Because they are growing. They're the type of person that I gotta grow. Can you imagine being with a person who your high need is growth and their high need is certainty, but their certainty doesn't include growth at all? So this is when you hear those relationships where they say, we outgrew each other. We went in different directions. Different needs being met or not being met by each other. So whenever I would hear people say, I can't believe he cheated on this woman with her. She's not even pretty. Like I hear people say that as if though your standard of beauty is everyone's standard of beauty. But whenever you meet a person where you think that they can do better than what they're doing, you don't understand their need. Because it's not about how a person looks. It's about if a person connects to you in a way that they are meeting your need, they got you. You're all in. And sometimes the problem in that is they can meet your need at a level that's not even good. And you don't even have the language to figure out, what is it about this person? I know they're not good with me, but I can't let them go. They're in tune to emotional needs you have that you're not even aware of. And then it'll make you stay in a situation longer than you should stay. But when you get the language, when you communicate with yourself, this is the need that they are feeling from me. But this ain't healthy. Because here's the thing about getting those needs met, and I got 1 minute. You're either going to get them met in a healthy way, a loving way, or you're going to get them met in an unhealthy way. And it's just like when you're hungry. Your body doesn't care what you feed it. When you're starving, a Snickers is as good as a steak. But which one is more healthy? Your body doesn't care. Your body is just like, I'm hungry. And that's the same thing with your emotional needs. So I encourage you to do the work, learn how to communicate better, more effectively with yourself so you can communicate with others. This is why I say I'm a mindset relationship coach, because I help you get clear about the way you think, the way you move, so that you can create the loving relationships you want. So if you're interested in moving forward, if you're exhausted from having the same relationships, the same situations over and over again, I can help you with that. You can do my program called The Blueprint to You. Go to my website, book a 30-minute free consultation. And let's just talk. Let's find out if this can help you. The other thing is, if you are ready for a getaway and you're available October 7th through the 9th, I got 3 beds left. You can still make this retreat. And lastly, October 22nd, I'm teaming with two ladies, and we're offering a mindset conference. It's called the $1 Million Mindset. And we're bringing in a lady who's earned her first million in her 20s, and she's going to teach us all how to get to the next level. So I pray that you would connect with me, verythoughtfullife.com. There are links everywhere on my bio, in my bio on Instagram, on Facebook and YouTube. You will find them in the comment section. I pray that you have a beautiful, amazing day. And do me a favor, share, like, and follow and subscribe my videos. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.